Hello and welcome back to the Goat House Nightly News, presented by the Goat House. I am Junior alongside Riz here, and before we get started, let's go ahead and unbutton.
You want to unbutton?
Yeah, it's a little snug in here.
All right, we're gonna unbutton these. Yeah, that's driving me nuts.
All right, much like last week, we're going to be getting into some storylines from the past week and some upcoming storylines. I hope you guys enjoy. You guys enjoyed it last week, you know? Why not? We're going to throw it at you again. Episode 2.
All right, what's going on in Week 7 here? Heading into Week 7, well, Ryan Fitzpatrick is winning, but they're going to go ahead and bench him. It's Tua. It's Tua time. Tua Tagovailoa, it's time.
I mean, I was ready for it.
You're ready for it?
I'm ready for it.
You don't think this can backfire on him? I mean, Fitzmagic's, he's working the magic right now. You know what? This is driving me nuts. I'm going to go ahead and
button back up.
Okay,
I'm going to stay unbuttoned.
I think we should have. Do we need to restart this? I think
No, we're good. We're good. All right. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of surprised by this. I'm surprised that they brought him in for as little as they did and then just made the decision. That's what confused me probably the most out of the decision. Yeah. I can see if he was in for like a quarter, you would have at least seen it.
You know what? I think this was decided before the year. Or do you think they just blindsided Fitzpatrick? You know what? You're winning. Get the hell out. You know, I don't think it was one of those situations. I think it was they kind of told him you're going to start until the bye week, and then it's going to be Tua time, and you can just get the fudge out of here. You know,
right?
Or just help us out, back us up here. So, yeah, I think the downside is that you're winning, and this could throw off some chemistry. But I think the upside is I can't stand when rookies get thrown into bad situations, like already failed situations.
True.
So that's kind of the upside here. They're winning right now. It's a good situation. They're confident. Hopefully there's some chemistry. They have the bye week. So maybe in this time Tua gathered some Fitzmagic. So it's like a combination, you know. So that's what I'm hoping for here. But Dolphins have looked pretty good on both sides of the ball. So we'll see if this works out. Okay, if they just start losing like crazy,
No, you can't go back from this.
You can't go back? Is that one of the bigger fails of the century?
That would be a big fail, but I don't think for the future. I think it would be more so tough situation, kind of thrown into the mix midseason. I mean, if this fails, you got to let Tua stick it out for the rest of the season. I feel like that would be kind of – you can't make such a big deal about it's Tua time and then just, all right, Tua, you're out. You can't do that.
Can he win Rookie of the Year? Starting this late.
It would really depend on how electric he is.
I think he can do it. I think he can do it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for Tua time, even though I had Dak Prescott in fantasy, dropped him, picked up Fitzmagic. So then
you're in some trouble.
It's a little bit of a shithole.
Okay.
It's a shit party on my fantasy team. That's what we're gonna call it.
It's injuries.
It's a shit party. Speaking of shit party, Zeke cannot hang out. He's a fumbler. The guy can't help himself from fumbling. He said he knew he had a situation going before this game against the Cardinals, and then he said he's going to fix it. He's not going to fumble again, and he ends up fumbling 2 times, and that led to the Cardinals getting their first 2 scores, 14 points on the board, and that pretty much, I'm thinking the Cardinals would have won anyways based on the game was going, but that pretty much, it cost them. It cost them the game there. So I don't know. I don't know if he's got. We considering this yips. On the yips meter. Where is this at here?
It's high up there.
It's high up there.
This is 100% a mental issue because we know Zeke is not. He's strong enough to hold on to the ball. It's
those sleeves that he's wearing, but he's kind of always worn those. But
right.
You're inside. I mean, look at his grip. Look at his grip on the skin.
Yeah, you got to go skin. You got to go the skin.
Skins. Shirts versus skins.
Right.
He's shirts right now. He needs to switch over to skins.
With the pads only.
Only pads.
Yep.
Wait, does he wear like pants or?
Oh yeah. I mean, please.
Oh, okay.
Please. Right. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of a weird one. This is one of those. I think him coming out saying he knew he had a problem and he wasn't going to do it again. He was literally speaking it into existence and almost setting himself up to fumble more than he would have. It's all in the dome. But I mean, I think he can fix it. Zeke's not a career fumbler. That's not what he is.
I mean, he's kind of fumbled here and there, but not like this.
Right.
Nothing like this. I'm almost thinking Tony Pollard could be better. That's kind of crazy to think about.
He looked explosive.
Yeah, I think he just has more speed. He has more of the home run ability, and he's a former receiver, so he can catch the ball. It's just one of those things where it's tough to say. I'm not like fully on board with that, but I'm thinking it. And it's got to be tough for like fans or the Cowboys, themselves to be thinking that like can we really take Zeke out
Right.
for Pollard? So it's a tough situation. They definitely need to use them both, split a little more, but
I was kind of confused. Somebody who is clearly going through something mental when it comes to the fumbles. For me, the most confusing part was that the second fumble he had, they had him on the sideline basically the entire drive until they were in the red zone. But you're literally letting him sit there and think about what he did.
Think about what you've done, sir.
Right. That doesn't help in the fumble scenario. That does not help.
No.
You put him right back out there. You say, don't let it happen again. You're back out there. Show him the confidence.
But I think we solved something here. I think he needs to go from shirts to skins. I think that's
sleeves.
From sleeves
to no sleeve. He used to just wear the one sleeve.
Yeah.
He never wore the.
Those are pretty baggy too. I don't know.
That
like
thing's
this,
moving
this
around.
Jacket I have on right now, it's a little too tight, but that's good though.
Right.
I'd rather have that than the baggy sleeves.
Agreed.
And the ball is just sliding all over the place. And then you got a Cardinal coming in there, easy punch out. I don't know. I think the first fumble it looked like he kind of just did one of these.
Yeah.
Zeke just like, here you go. I don't know what that move was. I don't know what he's going for there. Maybe he was trying to do that Justin Jefferson dance. I don't think everyone's trying to do that.
I guess so.
He can't really get it down. Maybe he's lost the ball. I really don't know. I'm just trying to find something that makes sense here. But speaking of the Cowboys, speaking of the NFC, let's take a look at the NFC standings here.
That's the NFC standings?
Yeah. What do you think of those? Yeah? Yeah or no? Yeah or no? I'm thinking no.
I'm going to say definite no.
Yeah, it's no. No.
In a wild turn of events, the Giants make a playoff run.
No.
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 What would be the wildest scenario?
No.
Let me hear it.
No.
I agree. No. All right.
There's no wild scenario there. All right, we're moving on. That's just no. Kirk Cousins, he's
another case of the yips, I would say.
Yeah, I mean he's always been kind of a fumbler, but now he's going to add that interception game to him. It's tough to do, but he's doing it. It's pretty, it's pretty bold to add that to your game. It's not paying off. Pretty accurate the football in the pass. Looked like he improved. I think first year on the Vikings, mediocre. Last year he played pretty well, and now he's had that interception game to his game. Not working out for him. He's saying that if he continues to throw these interceptions, that he won't finish the season. He'll be benched, and is that a hot take?
That's just, I don't know. That's like someone who truly doesn't care about his job. I mean, you got to.
Well, I don't know about that.
I'm gonna completely contradict myself because how I said Zeke should not be bringing the problem to light. Kirk's doing the same thing. He's doing the same thing, talking about his struggles openly. Like, it's one thing to like understand him, but when you're talking about him openly, especially when it comes to performance on the field, he's almost setting himself up to throw more interceptions. He does this thing where he tries to just the Baker move where he tries to do too much in plays, and he ends up making just god-awful throws. Like, it's okay to throw it away. When he had those mediocre years, he always kind of knew when to throw it away, when to pick his spots and all that, but now he's just trying to do too much, and I don't understand. He got the money. What is he trying to prove? Just be a smart average quarterback. That's all you got to be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's got the yips, you think?
I don't know. He's got something. He's got like nerd syndrome or something.
Nerd syndrome.
Yeah, he's a nerd.
Yeah, nerds used to be like the type of quarterback you want. I think that's kind of fading away.
You don't want that.
I think you need some swag. I think you need a little. I don't know. The nerds ain't working anymore.
And when you look at Kirk Cousins, you can't even put swag in the same sentence.
No, he's just a full-on nerd.
Big nerd.
Pretty plain and simple. You thinking he figures it out?
It's tough because even if he figures out, the Vikings got a lot of struggles, a lot of things they're trying to deal with.
Well, let's just forget the Vikings. Does he throw? Does he keep going on pace with the interceptions he's throwing?
He's leading the league in picks, right?
Yeah, he's right there. He's right there at the top. Him and Wentz were battling. He threw 3 in that last game, so he's taking the cake right now. But do you think he keeps that pace up? Does he cut it down a little, or does he kind of go back to old Kirk where he just fumbles the ball?
I think it continues all year, honestly.
You think so?
I think his performance this year, he's going to put the Vikings in a tough position to kind of decide his fate. I don't know. You can't throw, as banged up as that Falcons defense is, you can't throw 3 picks. You just can't. It's literally unacceptable.
Yeah, I'm not really going to comment on it because I might start crying. So we're going to move on to the matchups of the week: Steelers versus Titans. This is the top two teams on my power rankings going in this week. Number 1, Tennessee Titans. Number 2, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Maybe the best defense in football, the Steelers, and the best offense in football, the Tennessee Titans. So I'm really looking forward to this one. The winner will probably be number 1 in my power rankings next week. So yeah, two really good teams. They got some key injuries though. You see the Steelers, Devin Bush, their young stud linebacker, goes down for the year, and now Taylor Lewan, the star left tackle of the Titans, down for the year. And that's pretty crucial, and specifically this game, because you look at Bush, part of stopping the run game against big Derrick Henry, and then Taylor Lewan, obviously protecting Ryan Tannehill, who's playing on an MVP level, going against the best pass rush, T.J. Watt, Bud Dupree, and company in football here. So pretty key injuries. Really looking for this game still, though. It's the battle for number 1. Yeah.
I mean, we actually do, I believe, still have Heinz Skorts on Heinz Field.
Oh, that's right.
He's still there. So we are going to actually send it down to you, Heinz. Let us know what you think about the matchup, Heinz. Thanks, guys. I'm glad to be back here. Week 2, episode 2 of this news, guys. I have been sleeping right over here, actually, right on the sideline. You guys could have caught me in the last game. But do we have a matchup for you? I'm Heinz Squirts here once again. And let me tell you, we got the Corona Dew battle. We got the Titans Steelers, the game that was canceled earlier in the year because the Titans were being little Corona Dews, you know what I mean? So, easy decision this week again. Taking the Steelers in a whomping. You can't say otherwise. If you do, you're wrong. It's easy. Henry sucks. Tannehill sucks. They all suck. Henry's too big. Get him out of here. Look, you see the jump into the end zone. Tannehill, he can't even do that right. Are you kidding me? Defense is terrible. Get out of here. Lewan has a hurt knee. He's out here. Get him out of here. Steelers in an absolute whomping yet again. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Heinz.
Thanks, Heinz.
Still just doing a fine job.
That guy's incredible. He's incredible. He's electric.
Something I have noticed though is the game is in Nashville.
He's always at Heinz Field.
He's just a Heinz guy.
Right.
Does he ever leave the stadium? I don't know.
Well, maybe we'll ask him next week. We don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's aware that they're away. I'm not really sure. But again, great job down there reporting. The Steelers, once again, he was pretty dead on last week. I'd say, I'd say that he was pretty dead on. So maybe he's bringing some good luck to the Steelers in this big game here. But we are moving on to the next matchup here. The Bills and the Jets. Maybe not a feature, maybe not a big time matchup here, but the Bills they were looking like one of the very best teams in football, but now they're streaking in their pants that the bad way.
Right.
They're on a 2-game losing streak. Yeah, they did play the Titans. They did play the Chiefs, but they're looking a little sloppy. Josh Allen's not playing that MVP form that we saw the first few weeks. But let me tell you, this is a good opportunity to get back on track.
Oh yeah, I mean if you could handpick a game in the season, hey, we're going through some struggles. We got to figure it out. I mean, would you pick anybody but the Jets?
It's pretty wild, too, that ended up because they already played the Jets.
Right.
They played the Dolphins once. They haven't played the Patriots yet. So pretty wild that we're still, I'd say, kind of early. We're not quite to mid-season yet, and they got the Jets again. So that's big time here. Percentage the Jets win the game?
0.
0.0?
No, 0.
Just 0?
0. Percentage Gase gets fired post-game.
It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
For some reason, he doesn't seem like he's going anywhere.
I give it a little bit of percentage. I'm not going to say 0. I'm going to give it like a 4.
Okay.
That might be pretty low too, but I don't know. They got to go in there expecting to lose to the Bills, so I think they would have already fired him. And I think we talked about it last week a little bit. What if they already made an agreement? The Jets, Gase, all right, things aren't looking too good. Let's kind of tank. We're not going to lose on purpose, but we're not putting the best players out there. If guys are hurt, let's hold them out longer than normal. We expect to lose. Let's go for that good draft pick while we're kind of in the mix for it. You're safe. The Jets telling Gase, you're safe. Just go out there, get a good pick, and I think that would be a colossal mistake because whether they're tanking or not, they're still a pretty bad team on paper at least. Whether Gase is tanking or not, he's still a terrible coach. So
God-awful coach.
that almost feels like it could be a possible. I'm not saying that's what's going on, but it's possible that's what's going on, and that would be that would be bad. That would be very bad.
I mean, if I'm the GM making that agreement, I am letting him lose, so I get the pick and firing him at the end of the season. Because, say for example, they get that first pick. If it's Trevor Lawrence, Gase is going to destroy him.
No, he's the QB whisperer, though.
Do you see the graphic they put up during the game?
Yeah, I don't care what the graphic says. He's the QB god. We're going to call him that.
I would just like to know, he had, a couple years of Peyton Manning, and he's just a QB god?
All right, Jay Cutler, man. Smoking Jay.
Smoking Jay.
So different scenarios here. What we got? We got option A, that this was all kind of somewhat planned or expected, and Gase's job is safe because of that, because of the tanking, and you'll get another shot next year. Option B is the Jets organization kind of want to hang on to Gase because they're fine continuing to lose, and they're going to fire him at the end of the year. Or option C, they don't know what the hell's going on. So it's one of those three.
I mean, I can see all of those options.
Into one?
No, I can each one. I
They're
can
all
see as realistic options.
Yeah. I think maybe too much blame on Gase. I mean, he deserves a lot of the blame. I mean, he's bad. But
if he stopped coming to work, the team would be the same.
Yeah, but I think, the front office is gone, but they have not done a good job building the team either. So they deserve some blame as well. So maybe that's their thinking too. The new guys in the organization, they're just thinking he hasn't really got a fair shot, which is mind-blowing. But maybe they're thinking that. I don't know.
Or maybe they want to give him that shot with Trevor Lawrence just to see. But even then, that's scary. That's a huge risk that if I'm the GM, I'm not willing to take.
I don't know if it's possible. That's why I would kind of love to see it, actually. I'm rooting for it, to keep Gase and get Trevor Lawrence, because I don't know, that might be the best quarterback prospect of all time. Like, I don't think it's possible to ruin him. Maybe it's definitely possible, which probably be the case with Gase on the Jets, that you don't get the full Trevor Lawrence out of him. I don't think he's gonna be bad. So that's what I'm. And if he just ended up being bad, even rookie year, if he was just bad, plain and simple, there is something so wrong. I mean, Adam Gase is more than just a bad coach. He's just cursed in general. Yeah. So that's what I'd be curious to see if that happens. But we can move on to the next matchup here. We got Bucks, Raiders, Brady, Arians versus Gruden. I'm looking forward to this one. This Sunday night game in Las Vegas, the new stadium. I mean, the Bucks they're pretty hot right now off of, even though it's a one-win streak off of that Packers. The Packers are going to be the best team in football going into that game. Buccaneers gave it to them. They gave it to Rodgers. They sent him the blitz. And that was impressive, both sides of the ball. And the Raiders, even though they had a bye, they're fresh off of, giving it to the Chiefs. They really gave it to them. So, I mean, these teams are fresh off a beating, maybe the best teams in football here. So really looking forward to this. I mean, Gruden's got some experience possibly, versus Brady, just gathering what he's all about over the years, playing him at times. So definitely, and remember Gruden coached both these teams. He coached both these teams, and they met in the Super Bowl. And there's a lot on the line this game. It's one of those ones that I'm kind of back and forth on who I'm actually going to pick in this one. So that's what makes me really excited about it. But I think the Bucks. I think both these teams are going to continue to get better as the season goes on. So I mean, there's just so many reasons why this is just a great one here.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that kind of, for me, I'm also going back and forth. But I think that if the Raiders weren't coming off a bye, I think it'd be pretty easy for me right off the bat. I'd want the Raiders had the ultimate momentum win, and I mean, there's no way. Like, them having 2 weeks to plan for Brady might do more harm than good, honestly.
Does Brady remember what down it is?
He should.
I don't expect that to ever happen again.
I really don't know what was happening there.
Yeah, and what is Derek Carr? How much of that oil, suntan oil, is he going to put on himself? I mean, they're inside, so I don't know.
But the roof could be open.
Roof could be open. It's a night game, though. But maybe he's just does he do it just for looks, or is he? I don't know.
He definitely does it just for looks.
So, I mean, there's a lot of factors that we just don't know about, so it makes it even tougher to pick the game. So, yeah, can't wait for that one. And then this one, I mean, if you're a fan of low-scoring defensive games, this is your game. I'm thinking like a 6-3 final, 3-0 maybe.
Oh,
this is going to be a defensive game here. Monday Night Football, Bears, Rams. You're a huge Bears guy. What's your huge Bears guy breakdown here?
Well, let me tell you something. Last time the Bears played the Rams on Monday night, there was some business given. All right, there was a lot of business given. This was in 2018, mind you, not last year when we went there. And that
was a Monday night.
That's a
just like
story.
this one. Yeah.
2 years ago was the Monday night.
2 years ago, and then last year was Sunday night.
It was a Sunday night or a Thursday game. I don't really remember. I know it was a night game.
So they're split on giving each other the business, is what you're saying?
Right. So this is gonna be a good game. I hope that it's tough because the Bears continue just to want to establish the run, and this is a tough team to establish the run to. I mean, it's a Leonard Floyd revenge game. Kind of concerned about that. Watch him just have a day. That would be something that would happen. I don't know. I mean, I do see it low scoring. Like you said, I don't see quite a 6-3 matchup. I mean, I'll give a touchdown one way or the other.
Okay.
Maybe one each.
Maybe I was exaggerating a little bit.
Right.
Maybe.
Right. I mean, this is going to say a lot in terms of Nick Foles' growth in the offense. He's had more than enough weeks.
Well, it's not 9 inches.
Well,
for the growth.
Exactly. Yep. He has 9 inches of growth in the offense. Something Biskey just couldn't provide, and
no. It's something. I mean, you can't coach that. You can't work on that. You can't improve it. You're just born with it.
Right. I mean,
you're not born with it,
right.
But it takes some
time.
He's
born with it, not with.
I mean, it's born with it, but it takes a little time
to develop. Right.
You just can't coach it.
Right.
And we'll see if Foles continues to grow. We'll see. I mean, that'll be mind blowing at this stage of his career. Where his age is at. He's won a Super Bowl already, so I wouldn't, rule it. What? I would rule it out.
I heard something different than how you said it. It's okay, though.
All right, but I like how you mentioned 2 years ago, Bears gave the business to the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Rams last year gave the business to the Bears. A close game last year, but there was business given both sides. So now here's the tiebreaker game. This is it. It's like a Super Bowl here. Who will spread their business across this field? That's what I'm looking forward to the most. I do think it'll be a defensive game, but there's been some surprises here on this Rona season. So, I mean, who knows? What if it was just a shootout? What if it just ended up being
incredible?
I would love it, but
I mean, this game is going to tell me a lot about the Bears as a team. This is, I think, probably the best all-around team they've played. Definitely the best pass rush they've faced. Actually, I don't know if it'd be the best all-around. I mean, the Buccaneers are good. They kind of had an off week, but this is one of those games. It's a modern-day NFL coach. He's going to scheme up some weird things. I'm not interested in Cooper Kupp and what he's going to do to us, but he
dropped the ball an awful lot against.
I hope that continues.
Yeah, he's going to need some stickum. I don't think he applied the stickum the other night, but I'm assuming he will in this one.
Hopefully not.
I mean, they're home, so I think the stickum's got to be kind of on
tap.
On tap on the sideline, maybe home field advantage. That's what home field advantage is all about, right? You got that supply. There's probably different ways to sneak it in the other states, but you're probably limited supply. So that should help Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods that dropped the ball a bit in the last game. Jared Goff's got to. You mentioned, Jared Goff's got to be a little more accurate earlier in the game. But you mentioned Leonard Floyd. How many sacks does Leonard Floyd, if you had to guess?
He's getting at least one.
He's getting at least one.
Bottom line, he's getting a sack.
If I said 2 and you had to choose over under, what would it be?
I'd take the under. I
mean, if I said 1.5.
I think that's right on. I'll take it.
Right 1.5. He assists Aaron Donald probably.
Right,
that's
right. Right.
I mean, even a sack would be impressive.
Right.
What about Khalil Mack? How many does he get?
I think he's going to have a day. Honestly, he's been performing out of his mind, and I mean, obviously, it's because we've seen guys step up like Bilal Nichols, and we didn't think he'd step up and kind of take the place of Eddie Goldman and do what he's doing. He had a sack last week. I mean, Akeem Hicks, he's just not talked about for some reason, but he is an absolute. He's definitely the most important player on that defensive line. 100% without question.
Akeem Hicks versus Aaron Donald, 2 top-tier interior defensive linemen. Can't wait. I'm also looking at the cornerback duo battle.
Yeah.
You look at Kyle Fuller and Jalen Johnson, and you look at Jalen Ramsey and Troy Hill. I mean, that's a battle. I mean, they won't actually battle it out, against each other, but
on the stat sheet they will.
On the stat sheet they will. Against the opposing quarterbacks they will. Yeah, and I'm starting to remember last year's game. I remember last year's game that was a back and forth Goff Trubisky interception battle.
Oh yeah,
I'm remembering that now. So will it be a Goff Foles back and forth interception battle? We're gonna see.
I mean, last year it was the scoreboard. It was kind of close, I believe, but I don't think it was close just because from the rip, Mitch Trubisky. I was gonna say I don't even know what I was gonna say.
Trubinsky
Mitch was
Mitch
from the start. You know how Nick Foles, you can really tell
Mr. Biscuit.
If Mr. Biscuit, you can really tell if Nick Foles on that first drive, you can tell if he's got it today or he doesn't. Mitch Trubisky is pretty much you think he's got it until you see him throw the ball the first time, and you're just like, oh boy, that's how it was last year. After his first throw, this is not going to be a good game, guys. Buckle up.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. A lot of other really good games. And then we got our picks, and you guys can check out our thoughts on all of those videos. We got you covered. But I think that kind of just wraps up this one, unless you want to look at the NFC standings again. But I think we got the idea.
We got the idea. It's just a stink fest.
But yeah, Stinkfest over there for sure.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah,
episode 2.
Episode 2. Can't wait to be back every single week with this. I know you guys really enjoy it, but and I'm excited to see what Hines has to say for us.
Next week.
Maybe we can get Hines Ward to join him. That would be ideal. We got to get him.
Incredible.
Yeah, we got to get him on the phone. I know Hines Squirt's probably got his number, so
it's on speed dial if I'm not mistaken.
You would think it would have to be. But that's gonna wrap up this one. Thanks everyone for watching. Can't wait to see you next week. Goodbye.